The judges are against this leadership. Why is that? Well, first, because most of the judges nowadays are those who served during the Mubarak system. Furthermore, many of them were educated on the premises and the principles of French law, and they constitute a liberal force in Egyptian society. They were the only force that dared to challenge Nasser at the time. And they don't like Morsi, and they create difficulties for him as much as possible. An administration and leadership in Egypt which is devoted, at least theoretically, to the principles of Islamic jihad is an impending threat to Israel. And there are changes. Changes have taken place. We don't have any contact with Morsi. While at the time of Mubarak, Israeli prime ministers, Minister of Foreign Affairs, other ministers were constantly in contact with Mubarak. Things could be negotiated with him. And there is no contact with Morsi. Furthermore, the embassy is not what it used to be. The embassy premises in Cairo had to be evacuated after the riot. The embassy is looking for another place, so far not very successfully. A skeleton staff operates from the residence of the ambassador, and this is quite different from what existed in the past. Air flights used to be 5, the heyday of relations, there used to be 5 flights of El Al from Tel Aviv to Cairo. Now hardly one in a month. So there is a setback.
My question is to Mr. Levy. How do we choose between moral and realpolitik? Let's say that we are in September and we have elections in Egypt. And let's presume that the Muslim Brotherhood gained and win the majority places in the parliament. What will be your position? Will you accept the idea that the military regime in Egypt have to prevent the Muslim Brotherhood of taking the power in Egypt, like it happened in Algeria? Or we have to play the democratic game and let the Muslim Brotherhood win Egypt like the Hamas did in Gaza?
I had a stand in Algeria in 1992. I was favorable to the interruption of the process. The FIS and the GIA coming into power seemed to be opposite to democracy. I had the same feeling in Gaza. For me, it was a putsch. It was a coup, a democratic coup, but a coup. Hitler in 1933 was a coup, a democratic coup, but a coup. If Muslim brothers arrive in Egypt, I will not say democracy wants it, so let's democracy process. Of course not. Democracy, again, is not only elections, it is values. Barack Obama after Montesquieu. So you have to have the truth. But my belief now, if you want my bet, and I take a risk saying that, my bet is that, again, I'm not an expert on Egypt, but as all of you, I try to look at what happens there. My bet is that the new atmosphere prevailing in Egypt will not be such a good wind for the Muslim brothers. I don't buy the theory which is expressed here and there that the Muslim brothers are the only organized force, that they are the only one able to take advantage of the situation. This is not my prediction. I may be wrong on that, but it's not my prediction. I believe that they will dilute themselves. In Libya, which I know a little better, this I make a serious bet. I think that they are already the Muslim brothers which existed and which were the only underground opposition and build force to the regime of Gaddafi, they are really vanishing, they are splitting in front of this other force of opposition, which is democratic youth, wanting to make trade, wanting to exchange ideas, wanting to make business in peaceful times in Benghazi, wanting to have a normal life. I think that the Muslim Brothers, with their archaic, pre-fascist ideology, closing of the women, and so on, are more and more appearing as a force of the past, which is on the process of being put on the market.
But just to understand, you're saying that if they were to win a legitimate election, you would urge the military not to allow them to take power?
I will urge the prevention of them coming to power, but by all sorts of means.
According to the Universal Code.
According to what?
Yes.
To the Universal Code that I just talked.
Yes, of course. Well, I said that in Algeria, and I don't regret it. It opened a terrible period of disturbance, chaos, murders, and so on. But I believe that it would have been worse if we had let them coming in the power.
The good news is
well, thank you to both of you to be here and to give us the opportunity.
Sorry,